All right. We have to talk about the difference between woke and awakened. Okay? An awakening is different than being woke. Here's the thing. I hear this term being the buzzword woke going around. Everybody's cool and hip and they're woke, you know? And I had to look it up. And apparently it means that you're aware of social injustices and other things. Well, you know, anybody that has a third grade education understands that this world is not right and is different and it's not completely fair at all times and all that stuff. And then when you get to be an adult, you see things like the laws and you understand it ain't right. Anywho, that's different. That's just kind of seeing things and being aware, you know. Having an awakening, you know, everybody thinks, oh, I'm woke, you know, I'm cool, I'm hip. No, an awakening is something deeper. And it's something you can't explain. And it happened to me, and it was crazy, but I don't know why it happened. I don't know why it happened at that time in my life. But my head, I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden my head felt like it was filling the whole garage. And everything that I learned, the psychology, the math, it was like all these dots everywhere, and then all of a sudden it kind of came together. And what basically happens is you're not the same person after this. And everything has you have a different perspective on everything. So, you know, the normal life that everybody lives and goes and does isn't the same anymore. Now, an awakening, if anybody knows, it's not cool. It separates you from your friends, family, which is fine for me because I already kind of separated myself being weird anyway. But, I mean, you just do not fit in hardly anywhere. And most people don't understand you and don't even want to deal with you. And that's, like I said, again, fine by me. However, you know, people got to quit confusing woke with awakening. An awakening is spiritual, and it's much deeper than just knowing that either political party isn't going to be in your best interest. I mean, that's just basic fucking bullshit, okay? An awakening is much deeper. It's spiritual. It covers almost every aspect of your life. And for me, it happened out of the blue. I wasn't looking for it. Now, I had other awakenings, small awakenings, like knowing that, you know, not one religion is better than any others. They all have bits and pieces. And that was a small awakening for me when I was a kid, and that was great. But this awakening was much more vast, much deeper, much longer lasting, and much more meaningful. And so an awakening is different than being woke. And I wouldn't even use the word woke for what they're using it for. It's just kind of like looking and understanding things from a different you know, like being, you know, there's just things that you can see. It's like when you look at the laws and you look at the news, you look at, that ain't right. That's stupid. Why is that the way that is? But there's a lot of things that people just like, you know, they won't go into it. You know, if you had an awakening, then you don't care no more, and you will go into ideas and theories that people generally, they're like, no, they don't even want to hear it. They won't entertain the idea, and you're immediately crazy and dismissed. So if you think being woke is cool, try an awakening. Try an awakening and see what happens. All right, so that's my 2 cents.